What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cool Fred's Garage. So this is Cool Fred. Thanks for checking out Cool Fred's Garage. But I'm still working on my 1973 Chevy Impala. What I did to it last time was I disassembled the factory drum brakes to take them apart so I can get some measurements for the rear disc brake conversion kit. So I'm gonna talk more about that kit probably maybe the next video once I get it here and everything like that though. But I did get the measurements off to the place that I'm gonna be ordering from, which is Spohn Performance, and they was able to find a solution for me. So I do got a kit on order, and it's probably gonna be here in a few days. But in the meantime, I got some other stuff to do while I got the car apart in the back. So pretty much I'm the type of person, while I'm in a certain area or I'm doing something in that area, I like to try to knock out as much as I can. So I want to do as much as I can back there with the rear end and the rear suspension. Some of the stuff has already been done. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got going on here in a little bit. So it's just a few more things I'm gonna show you guys. So basically I got some additional parts and stuff that I'm gonna put on to improve the reliability of the car and stuff like that. All right, here we go. So I'm trying to make use of pretty much the rest of the daylight saving times that's left over from the day. So it's like middle of March, daylight savings time just kind of changed over, so it's a little bit more light in the end of the day. But I'm starting to get out here a little later in the evening, so the sun's starting to go down just a little bit. But pretty much what I did so far is I marked my axles, because I got like a little marking kit. So I marked my axles left and right because I need to take them out again. The reason I'm gonna take them out is so I can measure. I need to measure the thickness of the C clips. So it's an L on the R side, it's an L on the other side and an R on this side. So that's pretty much so I can just keep up with them a little bit better. They're supposed to be the same size from side to side, but you know, things can change. But basically I want to kind of reduce some of the axle end play. So one solution to that is putting in some thicker C clips. So some places sell some that's different thicknesses, but I need to find out exactly what these measure before I order up some more. So I'm gonna do that, and then I mentioned I got a few more suspension things I'm trying to do back here. So far, like the springs are new, so pretty much when I was getting to the point where I was gonna put the wheels on the car, before I did that, like I mentioned that I basically I made sure that the rear drum brakes were good, so I did that. It's got new shocks back there, and also new rear springs. So the rear end already had a from where I built that years back. So that's a 373 gears with the limited slip differential is in there, and you can see up there, you see those bolt heads there. So that's new hardware on top that's going to the rear end. So I'm actually gonna be reusing those, but I got some new hardware for the bottom too. So that's what I'm pretty much gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the upper and lower control arms and the hardware that I got for them. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna start on next. And I'm trying to debate whether I need to lower the rear end out of the car just a little bit, but I'll see, because then I have to, you know, maybe remove the springs. But I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. All right, so as I mentioned before, while I'm pretty much in the back of the car, I'm trying to get as much stuff knocked out as possible. So I got well, these two boxes here. These are the control arms, but and I got some upper for the upper control arms. I got these rear end bushings, so they're like some, I think some polyurethane bushing kit. So I kind of they look like they're gonna work. I was told that this is what I got was supposed to be for the car, so I think I'm good, but I want to replace those while I'm in there. So the reason for that is, like, got bushings in the old control arms, which I'll probably, when I take one of them out, I will probably compare one side. But so sometimes, you know, it's not really that bad. I'm not having really a whole lot of problems out of the rear end moving around and stuff like that. It's just sometimes I know I got a little bit of axle end play that I need to try to reduce just a little bit. But, you know, sometimes when you're making a real sharp turn or kind of maybe turning up a hill, you know, you can, it probably shift a little bit. And then, you know, with the 26-inch wheels on there, you can kind of, like the one on the driver's side, like the barrel can kind of touch the trim, the inner lip. So what I'm pretty much talking about here is this area right here. So that's the inner lip, because it's almost a close clearance between where the wheels are and where the in this trim. So those 26 by 10-inch wheels are kind of, they're pretty wide. So, and to be able to run them, like, it's not like too bad of a clearance issue. Kind of worked it out, but you do have to do a little bit of trimming and stuff like that to get those to fit. But just to make sure everything's perfectly in place back there, that's why I want to replace the bushings. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and, instead of just replacing the bushings by themselves and those lower control arms, I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the whole control arms. All right, so all the suspension stuff, these control arms, this hardware, and actually these bushings here are from Spohn Performance. So how I found out about Spohn Performance is just simply, like I just showed you guys those upper nuts and bolts that I got on the upper control arm. So, and well, basically, long story short, I ordered a few hardware things from, like bolts, nuts, and just miscellaneous stuff like that. And of course, you get a card like that. So they usually put this in almost every package, but over time. But you know, but they're pretty much a big store on eBay, and I'm not sure if they're on Amazon. But they had the hardware at the time, and this was years ago. I just ordered these maybe like in the last 6 months or so. So this right here is for the lower trading arms, or the lower control arms. So I'm actually gonna unbox that in a minute. So when you get these in the mail, they come nicely bubble wrapped and everything like that. So this right here is the upper one. It's adjustable and everything like that. So it's real good quality. Real good quality pieces. As far as how they feel, I want to say they're aluminum. I think they're aluminum. I'm about to put a magnet to them to see if they conduct any magnetivity. So let me see. So now they steel. So these are steel. That's actually a good point. That is nice. That I thought they were aluminum, but they're actually steel. So they but they probably could be like that that high strength steel that don't weigh like a whole lot. But they feel pretty decent, but they're not real heavy. But they seem like they're some real good strong pieces. And they got these polyurethane bushings in there. So that's gonna be a good addition. Then they also got like a little grease spot here where you can grease them up. So I got the bushings for these go to the ears on the upper side of the rear end. That's actually where these gonna connect. And then I got these hardware kits. So basically all the control arms have all new bolts. The ones for the upper control arms are already in the car. On those, I'm not sure at the time if I couldn't find the lower ones, but I mean, I was trying to I don't think my bolts were like real badly rusted, but I know I wanted to replace them, and I think I came across that set first. So these right here for the bottom, but the other ones that I got in there, I think I came across those first, and then once I knew that I wanted to change these control arms, I think I came across these recently. So, but I wanted to change them all actually at the same time that I did the rest of the stuff back there. But this pretty much what I got going now. So I got some paint for the rear end and kind of, you know, make sure everything back there looking good with that. All right, so here's one of the, I got to figure out which side. These might be universal, but they have a little holes here. So I believe those holes are for the sway bar. My car don't have a sway bar on it. I guess I could add one if I wanted to, but so you got the grease fittings and all that. So that stuff look good. It seemed like some real good quality stuff. The other thing is these things are fully boxed. So that means that they basically they are full. It's basically like a box channel steel. So these are way stronger than what's on the car. So so what's on the car now is like, it's kind of like a little U slot. It's like a basically some mild steel, and up under there is open. So you can kind of almost squeeze the middle part if you wanted to. So from what people tell me from the factory, they just did what they could to keep the rear end in place. So you can see what's on here from the factory, and I can't squeeze it like that. It really don't have much give to it, but you can see there's a little minor bend right there. But so yeah, all this is open up under here. So that's gonna be fully boxed in once I put the new ones in. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in the box for now. So I'm gonna play around with this stuff later, but I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta try to get those C-clips out because it's starting to get dark out there. So, but that's pretty much, I just wanted to show these control arms. This is actually my first time. I did open the box and kind of briefly look at them to see what they was, but they was in that bubble wrap. I did kind of put them up to the car to match it up to make sure they're gonna be the right size and everything. So everything looks good there. They put like a little grease on some of these, like right there, got a little grease in there. They kind of, I guess to kind of help the bolt slide in good. They actually might have already, that might be what's right here. So I'm gonna read through the instructions and see like what they recommend, because I don't know if they want you to put regular grease in there or if they got a certain grease that they want you to put in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just briefly box these back up. Just wanted to show this stuff. So yeah, so this is some of the stuff that I want to do while I'm back in the back of the car. So and I actually got some more stuff that's related to the rear disc brakes, but I'm gonna show you guys that stuff once I get the brake stuff. I'm gonna talk about all that at pretty much one time. All right, so only control arms. One more thing I wanted to mention is these actually, the standard color for these is red, and you had an option to get these in black, but pretty much I kind of wanted more of a kind of more discreet look, or something that ain't you know, like flashy or popping out. You know, some of the guys, you know, they like to, I guess, showcase the suspension stuff, and they go for the red, which, I mean, I do like the red, but in my case, for this particular setup here, I wanted the black one. So they're a nice shiny gloss black, but they powder coat these things black, and they look really cool. So there's some pretty good quality. So this right here, now this is my first time trying these out, but I have used like most of the stuff that I've used from them has been like hardware related and stuff like that. But these look like some really solid pieces, and I know just by looking at them and by feeling them and actually picking them up and holding them that they're a lot more beefier and durable than the stock. So I would say that, you know, that these right here are pretty much on par or pretty comparable to a lot of the other top brands out there, because there are several companies that make upper lower control arm stuff for these cars. So they specialize in a lot of Mustang and G-body and all that stuff. So from what's on their cars, so they got a pretty extensive lineup, I guess. But so I'm gonna put these on, see how it go. You know, as far as the fit and everything, I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. But you know, just that's gonna be one of the things as I'm doing this particular job that I'm working on. So once I kind of get everything in there, we'll be able to look at the finished result and see how it goes. So the main thing, I'm just worried about the bushings. Like I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with them. But, you know, but you know, this is my first time putting these back in there. So there it is. So I'm gonna get that rear end cover off, pull those C-clips out, and try to measure those things up and see what I got. All right, so I got the axles out of there, and main reason for taking them out, well, for two reasons. To get the C-clips out so I can measure these to see how thick they are, and I also need to measure the outer diameter. That way I can try to find some that's the same size but with a little bit more thickness, so that's just slightly wider. So I'm gonna measure those up in a little bit. So pretty much out here what I've been doing is cleaned up the flanges a little bit and painted them up. So I say we clean those up and hit those with a little bit of spray paint. So I'm just gonna let that dry. All right, so last what I'm about to get ready to do is measure up these C-clips. I'm gonna get the overall diameter and the thickness so I can match these up. So I got my measuring tool there. So that's pretty much all for today. So catch you guys next time. Thanks for checking out Cool Fred's Garage. Until the next video, see you guys soon.